And a one. And a two.
No,
And a
no, no, no,
one,
no,
two.
no, no,
What?
no. Clean your mouth out.
Mouth is clear.
I could hear you eating in the last one. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Screenos with
Steven.
and me, Uriah, as your host, bringing you thoughts on all things film and TV related.
Today we're talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3, also titled The Harris. So I want to get your general thoughts on this episode.
I liked it. I have to say, it did still feel like filler, and I feel like, I guess I'm looking at it from now a different perspective. That most of the episodes of The Mandalorian are filler, I guess, until you get from like the first two to the last two episodes. And so that's what I thought of that episode. I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, this episode partly seemed off for me. I think it was a solid Mandalorian episode. It had some good action and everything,
Yeah.
and some wholesome moments, which we'll get to. But all in all, it kind of felt like it was missing something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It left me wanting something more to be desired.
That's probably especially because it was way shorter than the other ones.
Yeah, probably would
So
do
when I
it
finished
too.
the episode, I was like, "What is that? It?" But I really liked the planet. That
Oh
was a
yeah,
cool planet.
that's some
Yeah.
good action. We pick up where the Arachnophobes' favorite episode left off. We now travel to the gas giant planet of Kol Iban, which was mentioned actually in the last episode. It's the water world, and Mandalorian makes a rough crash. Ship's obviously very, very damaged and needs repairs. So he uses the Mon Calamari credits he got from the season 1 and gives them over to a Calamarian. He then goes off and meets these guys who are like, "Yo, buddy, you want to meet some Mandalorians? I know some Mandalorians. Let's go. Come on, buddy." You know what they do?
What?
What do they do? What do they do? You know what they did? They tricked him, and they threw him into the water with his giant beast after throwing the child in there in his awesome pod, which now is destroyed.
Yeah, that confused me. I was like, "What the devil was happening here?" It was, like I think I actually zoned out before that even happened. So when it happened, I was like, "Wait, what? Did he just push him in the water?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
And all hope seems lost. The Night Owls show up and save him. Bo-Katan is the leader of the Night Owls. She and two other, I don't know if they got named. They probably are named somewhere, but two random
They were
Mandalorians.
just your basic Katy Perry background shark dancers, you know.
Yeah, they help rescue him, and then you know what they do? They take off their helmets, and the Mandalorian did not quite like that.
Nope, he was like me at Thanksgiving dinner when they took their masks off. I was like, "What are you doing? Put that back on, man."
We get some lore drops about who the Mandalorian really was, like who his Mandalorian culture comes from, because the helmet removing is brand new to this series. We learn he's called a Children of the Watch, which probably means the descendants of the Death Watch, who would kind of were an extremist group who Bo-Katan was a part of, but then left in the Clone Wars after Maul took over, killing Pre Vizsla.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she formed her own group, and which would be the Night Owls, and she apparently seems to be looking for the dark saber, because in Rebels, last we saw her, she had the dark saber, but now we saw from last season, Moff Gideon now has the dark saber.
Yep, Darth Moff Gideon. So basically, after that, they're like, "Okay, so I'm gonna help you find the sorcerers or Jedi, as we know them, so you can give the child to them, because that's what his whole mission is apparently for season 2." So then we're greeted with this one guy, this one general on the ship, and
I liked
I'd
him.
seen his face somewhere. I've seen
I
it
know,
somewhere.
yeah.
I don't. It might be from like a alcohol commercial. Basically, Bo-Katan is really there to figure out about the dark saber and also get weaponry. I think they're going down hallways, and this season's really packing with the corridors of things. It makes you think like the ship or the building they're in is massive, and like it just keeps going on forever. It's like the same hallway. Like they could probably just be filming from different angles of the same hallway in the real time.
Save money.
Yeah, that's probably one of the things they did. Mando fights off like 5 stormtroopers at once, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, and then they get to the control room. Basically, the general kills the 2 people because Moff Gideon told him to. He said, "Long live the Empire" or something,
It's
right?
like, you gotta kill yourself, buddy, so they can't get the stuff. It's like, okay, time to kill my men.
And yeah, and the men were like, "Wait a minute, don't do it." And he's like, "Pew, pew."
What?
I think what happens is he kills himself, right?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a cyanide pill, except it's electric.
Yeah. It was like Captain America.
Yeah, it's like a spy thing where they'd have cyanide pills in their tooth
Uh-huh. Yeah.
if they get captured, so they don't get captured.
Because she's like, I will kill you if you don't take him to me, and he's like, he'll kill me anyway, and then so he killed himself. So
Yeesh.
yeah,
Moff Gideon's pretty threatening.
big mistake, man. Moff Gideon is not threatening, man. And we thank you for joining the podcast of Screenos, and we will see you next time.